Hello everyone, and welcome to the Last Living Prepper channel. If you're passionate about being prepared for any situation, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you find our content useful, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. Today we're diving into a critical topic, 12 essential items you need in your home for a SHTF scenario. Each of these items could make a significant difference in your survival and comfort during an emergency. Stay tuned as we explore each one in detail. Let's kick things off with the multipurpose fire extinguisher. Before purchasing a fire extinguisher, it is crucial to determine the type of fire that you anticipate putting out. The four most prevalent types of fires and associated extinguishers are Class A, combustibles such as wood and paper; Class B, flammable liquids such as gasoline; Class C, electrical fires; and Class K, kitchen fires with oil. The best option is to have a multi-purpose fire extinguisher that features durable all-metal construction with a commercial-grade valve and trigger and holds all the required fire performance test standards to put out Class A, B, and C fires. They will be red with a blue panel above the instructions. Your fire extinguisher should be suitable for use around the home, including in the kitchen, laundry room. Dryers may cause electrical fires, garage, and anywhere else you want to keep one close by. When using your fire extinguisher, remember the word pass. Pull the pin. Hold the extinguisher with the nozzle pointing away from you and release the locking mechanism. Aim low. Point the extinguisher at the base of the fire. Squeeze the lever slowly and evenly. Sweep the nozzle from side to side. Also, educate yourself on the importance of fire extinguisher maintenance. Check fire extinguishers for easy access in an emergency. Be sure nothing is blocking or limiting your ability to reach it. Many extinguishers have gauges that show when pressure is too high or too low. Make sure the can, hoses, and nozzles are not damaged, dented, or rusted. Some extinguishers need to be shaken monthly. Others need to be pressure tested every few years. You can recharge some fire extinguishers, while others will need to be replaced if the pressure is too low. Next on our list is the fire blanket. Fire blankets are useful for fire protection in homes, commercial spaces, and public environments. They work by cutting off the oxygen supply to flames and are made from specially woven fiberglass with a fire retardant coating. Fire blankets are particularly useful for small fires in the kitchen, including those involving cooking oils. Those types of fires are classified as Class F fires. They can also be used for waste bin fires and to extinguish clothing fires. Wrap it around a person whose clothing has caught fire. You should only use fire blankets if you feel confident you can tackle it safely. Never attempt to smother a fire if you are not sure how to use the fire blanket, or if the fire has become too large. As a rule of thumb, you should locate fire blankets in your building within the rooms where any potential fire may occur. This could be within a kitchen, near the fireplace, or in the garage. Fire blanket should be affixed to the wall, slightly removed from where the main risks are. It is to ensure you can safely reach the equipment if a fire does start. Training your family on how to use fire blankets can make a big difference in preventing injuries and containing fires before they spread. Now, we are going to talk about fire escape ladder. If you live in a multi-story building, a fire escape ladder is indispensable. The folding fire escape ladder is a specialized device designed to provide a quick and safe means of escape from upper floors during a fire or other emergency. These portable ladders ensure that you can exit a building swiftly when faced with danger. There are several options available on the market. Two-story fire escape ladder. It's 4.5 meters long, ideal for use from a two-story first-floor window in an average home. Three-story fire escape ladder, which is 7.5 meters long, designed for use from a second-floor window in homes or buildings with 3 stories. Choose a ladder that can support the weight of multiple family members and is long enough to reach the ground from your highest exit point. When using a fire escape ladder, you need to open the window fully, ensuring it's at least 315 mm wide. Hook the emergency escape ladder over the windowsill. Sill depth should be less than 250 mm. Carefully lower the ladder outside the window. Descend one person at a time using the anti-slip treads on each rung. For smaller children, consider using a child safety harness for secure descent. They may find a ladder too frightening or challenging to manage. A safety harness secures your child to your body, allowing you to climb down safely. Practice deploying it and ensure everyone knows where it is stored and how to use it safely. In shared accommodation without a fire escape may prove tricky. Additionally, not every first-floor flat requires an external fire escape, so consider alternative routes in case of blockage. Remember, fire escape ladders can make a critical difference in an emergency situation, allowing you to exit safely when traditional routes are blocked. Always follow safety guidelines and ensure your ladder is easily accessible and ready for use. Another thing on our list is Tarp. A tarpaulin, commonly known as a tarp, is essentially a flexible, strong, and waterproof plastic sheet. In crisis, it has a variety of uses, primarily as a temporary covering. Tarps come in various materials and colors to suit different needs. Whether you're looking for a lightweight tarp or a larger one for shelter, there's a wide range available. Some tarps are made of heavy-duty polyethylene, which makes them tear-resistant and durable. Others may be made of canvas or other materials. Tarps are great for creating temporary shelters during outdoor activities. They can also protect you from rain, wind, or excessive sun. Tarp is perfect as a cover for firewood, garden furniture, or other items to protect them from the elements. In extreme situations, tarp may secure windows with broken glass, or to protect completely destroyed windows and doors. Laying a tarp on the ground to suppress weeds or shield plants during extreme weather. In shift situations, you can construct a tarp greenhouse, which will allow you to grow and stockpile some vegetables in the future. When buying a tarp, remember to choose the right size and material based on your specific requirements. Tarp can be a versatile and practical solution. Beyond shelter and warmth, creative uses for a survival tarp include a drop cloth for collecting rainwater runoff, an emergency blanket wrapped around an injured person, a distress signal flag tied high within trees using bright-color tarp, a makeshift raft or sled to move equipment across snow or water, a wrap to cover and protect supplies from rain or dust. Its versatility makes it one of the most valuable resources when in survival mode. When selecting a survival tarp, durability and lightweight portability are key factors. Nylon tarps provide strength while remaining compact and easy to carry, making them a top choice for emergency preparedness. Next on the list is ripstop nylon, which is reinforced to resist tearing even under strain. Silnylon is another good option. It is silicone impregnated for enhanced water resistance. Avoid cheaper polyethylene plastic tarps. They deteriorate quicker over time. Aim for a tarp that packs down small enough to stash in your go bag or vehicle at all times. A good size is 8 by 10 feet, providing ample coverage without too much bulk. Consider handy features like grommets/tie-downs and reflective ripstop fabric to enhance shelter setup and visibility. Durable, packable nylon survival tarps are built to hold up through storms and adverse conditions when you need protection the most. In this part, we are going to discuss survival rope. Before you head to the hardware store or shop online for rope, make sure you know what characteristics to look for. Since you are relying on this rope in case you need to make a lifeline, tie a splint, or any of the many other survival uses for rope, make sure you have a rope you can count on. The key qualities of rope you should look for: tensile strength. This is the amount of static force, not dynamic, that the rope can withstand before breaking. If you need a rope for towing a car, for example, then you'd want to get a tow strap, not really a rope, with a tensile strength of 20,000 pounds. Working load. This is the maximum weight you can safely put on the rope. It is fraction of tensile strength. The reason is because even lightweight objects can exert a lot of force if they are in motion. Elongation. This refers to the amount of stretch that a rope has. Stretchy ropes will absorb some of the shock. This is very important for some purposes, such as with rock climbing. By contrast, for applications like rappelling, you'd want a rope which isn't stretchy. Weight. A heavier rope is going to be stronger than a lighter rope of the same material and construction. When trying to cut weight from your backpack, you will have to balance the need for strength with the weight constraints of the rope. Number of yarns and strands. Rope is made by twisting the material into yarns, and then the yarns are twisted into strands. The size and strength of the rope will vary depending on the number of yarns and strands. Let's explore some options. Paracord 550 cord. This versatile rope is a favorite among survivalists. It's strong, lightweight, and resistant to abrasion. Paracord has multiple inner strands that can be used individually for various tasks. You can use it for shelter building, securing gear, making traps, and more. Twisted rope. A basic twisted rope is handy for general purposes. It's simple, durable, and can be used for tying things together, creating makeshift clotheslines, or even as a tow rope in emergencies. Tow strap. Although not technically a rope, a tow strap is a strong woven strap with hooks at both ends. It's essential for off-road situations or helping others. Combine it with twisted rope to achieve the required length when needed. Kevlar rope. Kevlar is incredibly strong and heat-resistant. It's ideal for heavy-duty tasks like building shelters, creating snares, or securing heavy loads. Bank line. Also known as tarred nylon twine, bank line is lightweight and strong. It's great for setting traps, fishing, or constructing shelters. Remember, having at least 50 feet, what equals 15 meters of rope in your survival kit is advisable. Opt for lightweight options that won't weigh you down but still provide the necessary strength. Whether you're preparing for outdoor adventures or emergency situations, having the right rope can make a significant difference. Stock various types of rope, including static and dynamic ones, to suit different needs. Ensure it's stored in a dry place to avoid weakening of the material. Knowing basic knots and their applications can significantly enhance your preparedness for any situation. Light source. When it comes to emergency lighting, there are several options you can consider. Solar emergency lanterns are a great choice for those looking to reduce their environmental impact. They harness solar energy during the day and provide illumination at night or during power outages. Candles. Candles have been used as a light source for centuries and remain popular for emergency lighting. Keep a stash of candles handy, along with matches or lighters, for when you need them. LED flashlights. LED flashlights are compact, energy efficient, and provide bright light. Make sure to keep fresh batteries or rechargeable ones available. Rechargeable emergency light bulbs. These bulbs can be charged in advance and provide light during power outages. Some models even come with built-in batteries for extended use. LED lanterns. LED lanterns are portable and provide 360-degree illumination. They are ideal for camping, but they can also be used during emergencies. Kerosene lamps. While less common nowadays, kerosene lamps can still be effective emergency light sources. Make sure to store kerosene safely and follow proper usage guidelines. Headlamps are essentially a flashlight on a headband. Headlamps are extremely handy because you'll be able to work without having to hold a flashlight in one hand. A high-quality headlamp will have different modes and light levels. Look for one that has bright and low lights as well as flashing modes for safety. And just like a regular flashlight, make sure to keep your headlamp charged up or keep spare batteries on hand. Hand crank lights. These types of lights come in various sizes, from a small handheld flashlight to a larger lantern. The principle is simple. A squeezable button or small crank turns gears inside the light. Similar to the way a gas-powered generator works, these devices turn your muscle power into enough power to light up a flashlight, power a radio, or even charge your cell phone. A hand crank light is excellent when the batteries run out, but requires frequent cranking to keep the juice flowing. Generator. For extended power outages, you might want to consider keeping a gas-powered generator on hand. While you probably would not want to run a generator 24/7, you could efficiently run it for a few hours in the evening and early morning to power a few lights, run your refrigerator, and heat your coffee. Generators carry more inherent dangers than battery-powered or solar-powered lights. Never use a generator inside an enclosed space, such as your home, because of the risk of carbon monoxide poisoning, and you'll need to safely keep plenty of gas on hand to run it. Solar power and battery bank. While large installations can be very pricey and require professional installation and maintenance, you might consider smaller options involving a simple solar panel, battery, and light all in one package. Oil lamps were throughout history for light, and lamp oil was once a symbol of preparedness. Modern lamp oil is clear and burns relatively clean. However, it is poisonous if ingested. DIY lamps. If you don't have access to commercial lamp oil, you can make your own lamps using olive oil or coconut oil. You will need a small jar, some wire, a wick, and some oil. You will want to put them together before the power goes out, so you do not have to fumble around in the dark for your materials. Crayons. If you have children, you probably have an emergency light source. Crayons. Soften the bottom of a crayon with the flame from a lighter and use the melted wax to stand the crayon up on a plate. Light the paper on the outside of the crayon at the top. The paper will act as a wick, and the crayon will burn for about 15 minutes. giving you a source of emergency light just like a candle. Glow sticks are a safe, single-use light source. And while a little glow stick might not be enough light to brighten a whole room, it can light up a tripping hazard, illuminate a bathroom, or calm a nervous person or child. When considering emergency heat sources, there are several options you can think about. Indoor kerosene heater. Kerosene heaters can serve as excellent alternative heat sources during power outages. They can also help you save on bills. Make sure to follow all heating safety tips when using a kerosene heater. Opt for a ventless option to minimize harmful fumes and place the heater near a window with slight ventilation. Propane heater. Propane heaters are effective for heating rooms without electricity. Newer models boast efficiency up to 99%. These heaters use liquid propane as fuel and can quickly heat medium to large spaces. Remember to follow safety precautions, including proper propane tank storage and adequate ventilation. Pellet stove. Pellet stoves are efficient alternatives that run on pellet-based fuel made from recycled sawdust or wood shavings. They produce heat without releasing harmful chemicals into the air. While more expensive than indoor fireplaces or wood stoves, their clean fuel usage justifies the cost. Catalytic heaters. These heaters require natural gas or propane and a catalyst to work. The catalyst is typically an electrically charged platinum-coated plate. They provide reliable heat during emergencies. Emergency heat on heat pumps. If you have a heat pump, it likely has an emergency heat setting. This secondary heating source supplements or replaces the heat pump when it can't provide enough warmth. You can activate it through a switch or button labeled EM heat, AWACS heat, or backup heat on your thermostat. Kotatsu, as another option for an emergency heat source, typically consists of a low wooden table frame, a heat source, formerly charcoal, now electric, built into the table, a futon or heavy blanket draped over the frame, a tabletop that rests on the futon. Although kotatsu are used almost exclusively in Japan, similar devices for heating purposes exist in other cultures, such as the Spanish brasero or Iranian corsi. Remember, ventilation is crucial when using anything that burns fuel indoors to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning. Proper insulation of your home can also reduce the need for external heat sources and preserve any warmth you generate. Tools are indispensable in handling repairs and making adjustments in your shelter. A knife is considered the ultimate survival tool because of its versatility. This one survival tool can cover cutting, dressing game, batoning wood, carving, shaving, and self-defense, to name just a few. There are many types of knives, and some are better suited for certain survival situations than others. The best type of survival knife is full tang knife, which means it has a metal spine that extends from the tip of the blade all the way through to the butt of the handle. Other types of survival knives are as follows, with fixed blade, tactical, batoning, folding, axe or hatchet. For heavy-duty chopping tasks, you'll want to use an axe or a hatchet instead of a knife. It saves your knife from overuse. It also makes the job a lot easier. Hudson Bay axe is a general-purpose axe. This axe serves a variety of purposes. Its one-handed design makes it useful for light-duty and minor chopping and splitting. Forest axe, a heavy-duty axe meant for serious use in forested lands. It's another all-purpose tool. It has robust design and construction. Axe-head-matic, it is valuable as a survival tool. While it's great for digging through soil of any hardness and consistency, its true value is as an axe intended for chopping through tough roots. Hatchet. An all-around chopping tool, a hatchet has the benefit of being light and easily wielded. Best used for general bushcraft and all-purpose projects like making kindling, chopping medium-sized logs into more manageable chunks, and splitting smaller pieces of wood. You may also need a dust mask, whistle, and dusk tape. A multi-tool is a hand tool that combines several individual functions in a single unit. The smallest are credit card or key-sized units designed for carrying in a wallet or on a keyring, but others are designed to be carried in a trouser pocket or a belt-mounted pouch. The idea of incorporating several tools in one unit is very old, dating back at least as far as Middle Roman times. Many of these were used for eating. Multi-tools offer a wide range of functions, including knife, saw, and bottle opener, pliers, screwdrivers, wire cutters, and more. It's durable and compact, making it a great all-around choice. Battery-operated tools. Cordless drills. These versatile tools are essential for drilling holes and driving screws. They come in various power ratings and can handle different materials. Angle grinders. Battery-powered angle grinders are great for cutting, grinding, and polishing tasks. They're portable and handy for both DIY projects and professional work. Cordless impact wrenches. Perfect for automotive repairs, these wrenches make removing stubborn nuts and bolts a breeze. Cordless oscillating multi-tools. These versatile tools can sand, cut, scrape, and grind. They're excellent for precision work in tight spaces. Cordless screwdrivers, ideal for assembling furniture or other small tasks. Cordless screwdrivers are compact and easy to use. Ensure your tools are in good working condition and that you have spare batteries and chargers for any battery-operated items. A well-stocked toolbox can empower you to make necessary home repairs without external help, keeping you safe and sheltered. Walkie-talkies, mobile two-way radios, are going to be helpful when it comes to keeping in touch with your family. Many of these sets are sold with 3 radios. A good idea is to leave one at home, keep one in the car, and carry one with you. If you have to go out after a disaster, these will come in handy. Invest in good quality radios. In perfect conditions with no trees, buildings, or hills interfering, it can reach up to 30 miles away. Most people claim to get up to about 3 miles in range. Emergency radios will allow you to keep updated with what is happening. Many of the AM frequencies will still function in your local area. The emergency broadcast system should also work on your FM stations. Crank radios are a nice option and will not use up batteries. A CB radio will allow you to connect with law enforcement and emergency services, as well as people in your city. Having a radio installed in your car and a base at home is an excellent option. It will allow you to check in during and after a disaster. Ham radios are a prepper's dream and will be the go-to source for communication after a major collapse. They have a great range depending on your antenna height and the power of your transmitter. Here's a link to a great article on the range of ham radios. You will need a license to operate a ham radio in today's world. There is a short class and test you must pass. There is a bit of a trick to using a ham radio, so it is a good idea to get your license and practice before you really need it. Worth mentioning is also tube technology, used between 1930 and 1970. The tube technology was used in vacuum tube radio, also known as a valve radio. The valve radio could send and receive signals virtually worldwide by using high-frequency or shortwave bands. Tube technology allowed radio signals to be tuned with much greater precision than spark gap. The basic design for tube radio was perfected by the 1930s and continued in use on merchant vessels into the 1980s. Another old-school radio is called a crystal radio receiver, also called a crystal set. It is a simple radio receiver, popular in the early days of radio. It uses only the power of the received radio signal to produce sound, needing no external power. It is named for its most important component, a crystal detector, originally made from a piece of crystalline mineral such as galena. This component is now called a diode. Here are some key features to consider when choosing an emergency radio: durability, lightweight and portable, rechargeable, multiple power sources, long-range communication, weatherproof, frequency bands. Consider models that have additional features like a built-in flashlight or USB charger. Regularly check that your radio is functional and that you know how to tune into emergency frequencies. In isolation, information can be just as crucial as food or water. Your first aid kit should be comprehensive and tailored to the medical needs of your family. Beyond bandages and painkillers, your first aid supplies should cover a wide range of medical situations. Stock up on items like antibiotics, antiseptic creams and liquids, wound dressings, trauma dressing, curved Kelly clamp, quality tourniquet, reusable gel packs, Fell's naphtha soap to wash off poison ivy, oak or sumac from skin and clothes, eye wash, tweezers and scissors, baking soda and hydrogen peroxide plus 2 drops of peppermint oil make a great gum treatment and toothpaste. An ear oil usually has garlic oil and mullein oil. Non-drowsy antihistamines such as Claritin, zinc oxide cream rashes and a sunscreen, Imodium for diarrhea, laxative tea bags, anti-inflammatory hydrocortisone cream, multivitamins, extra vitamin C and zinc, also chamomile tea bags. No basic wound care, CPR, and first aid procedures. Oral antibiotics may also include garlic oil, honey, cayenne, thyme oil, peppermint oil and eucalyptus oil as herbal alternatives or fresh garlic or ginger. Other antibacterial essential oils are as follows: calendula, tea tree, lavender, oregano, and clove. Stack up medical supplies if you suffer from chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, heart conditions, diabetes. They may not be available after a collapse. Consider adding prescribed medications, allergy medications, asthma inhalers if applicable, glucose monitoring supplies for diabetes, and specialized pediatric supplies if you have young children. Regularly check and replenish expired items. In this part, we're going to present some long-lasting survival foods you might consider including in your emergency supplies. Canned beans and legumes. Beans, lentils, and dried peas are excellent sources of fiber and protein. They can be used in various recipes from classic red beans and rice to homemade hummus. Opt for no or low-sodium canned beans to reduce sodium intake. These don't require cooking, making them convenient during power outages. Shelf life, 2 to 5 years. Dry whole grains. Whole grains are nutritious and versatile. Consider stocking up on items like brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat pasta. They provide essential nutrients and can be a base for many meals. Shelf life varies, but generally long-lasting. Canned meats, tuna, chicken, and ham are good options. They provide protein and can be eaten straight from the can or incorporated into recipes. Shelf life varies, but usually several years. Dried fruits and nuts. These provide energy and essential nutrients. They're lightweight and easy to store. Shelf life, several months to a year or more, depending on the type. Granola bars and energy bars. These are convenient snacks that can provide quick energy. Look for options with whole grains and minimal added sugars. Shelf life, several months to a year. Cereal and oatmeal. These are simple breakfast options that can also serve as snacks. Choose whole grain varieties for added nutrition. Shelf life, several months to a year too. Peanut butter and other nut butters. High in healthy fats and protein, nut butters are filling and versatile. Shelf life, several months to a year or more. Crackers and bread. These provide carbohydrates and can be paired with canned meats or spreads. Opt for whole grain options. Shelf life, several months to a year. Preparing and storing water for emergency situations. Bottled water. Unopened, commercially bottled water is the safest and most reliable source of water in an emergency. If you have bottled water, you're all set. If not, you can make your water safe to drink. Use clean containers to collect and store your water. Store at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for drinking and sanitation. Aim for a 2-week supply if possible. Consider storing more water for specific situations. Pregnant women, people who are sick, pets, hot climates. Use food-grade water storage containers if you're filling containers with water. These containers won't transfer toxic substances into the water. FDA-approved food-grade storage containers are available at surplus or camping supply stores. Ensure the container has a top that can be closed tightly, is made of durable, unbreakable materials, not glass, has a narrow neck or opening for easy pouring. Avoid using containers that previously held toxic chemicals like bleach or pesticides. Before filling with water, follow these steps. Wash the storage container with soap and rinse thoroughly. Sanitize the container by mixing 1 teaspoon of unscented liquid household chlorine bleach in 1 quart, 4 cups of water. Cover the container tightly, shake it well, and ensure the sanitizing solution touches all inside surfaces. Wait at least 30 seconds, then pour out the sanitizing solution. Let the empty container air dry before use. Pour clean water into the sanitized container and cover it with a tight lid. Label the container as drinking water and include the storage date. Replace the water every 6 months. Keep containers in a place with a cool temperature, 50° F, 70° F. Avoid direct sunlight and areas with toxic substances, for example, gasoline or pesticides. Water filters, straw filters. These are basic filters that use suction from your mouth to move water through. You can drink directly from a water source using a straw filter, bottle filters. These straws are mounted inside a bottle, so they clean the water as you drink. They're convenient and portable for on-the-go use. Inline filters. Versatile filters that can be used as a straw directly in the water attached to a bottle top, with a hydration bladder, or with a gravity bag. Pump filters. These require manual pumping to force water through the filter. They're effective, but can be more labor-intensive. Gravity filters. These work by allowing gravity to move water through the filter. They're great for larger quantities of water and are relatively easy to use. Activated alumina. If you need to remove fluoride or arsenic from your water, carbon block and activated carbon, also known as carbon filters or activated charcoal, ceramic filters. The tiny pores on a ceramic surface will trap any matter that is larger than the pores themselves, keeping it out of your water. Finally, gather additional resources such as local maps, important documents like passports and birth certificates, and cash in small denominations. These items can be crucial in evacuation or when electronic systems are down. Keep these in a waterproof and fireproof container. Thank you for tuning in to the Last Living Prepper channel. We hope this guide on the 14 essential SHTF survival items for your home has been informative and helpful. Remember, preparation is the key to resilience in any emergency. Stay tuned for more insightful information on how to keep your family safe and prepared. As we wrap up, enjoy the calm background music and remember, we're here to help you stay one step ahead in the game of survival.